First order of business tonight is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting of 10/1/25.
I move that the minutes be approved as written.
Second?
Any additions, deletions, corrections? Seeing none, those in favor? Thank you, Kim. I'm gonna jump around a little tonight, just to make sure that we get everything done. We're gonna jump down to old business. We're gonna take up the purchase and sale agreement of the salt sand building. Trust everybody's had a chance.
Immediately following, Phil. Immediately following.
Immediately following.
That's not what it says on the sign.
Did you see it?
I saw it on the agenda.
No, I mean,
It
did
is
you
on
see
the
the
agenda.
contract?
Yes.
Okay.
On the
Says
sign, it
5
says 5
o'clock.
o'clock.
I would entertain a motion to allow me to sign the purchase and sale agreement for the salt sand.
So moved. Second?
Okay?
I'll recuse myself.
Yes. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor? Jason, you're abstaining?
Yes.
It's just one signer? Yeah.
Okay. And Kim, you're with it? Okay, so that's our half of the check and sign. You have municipal warrant for the municipal election. A motion to sign this.
So moved.
Second?
Now, can the people that are up, they can, there's
Yeah.
nothing to stop anybody from signing even though they're up for election.
Mhm.
Okay, those in favor? Okay? And I should sign it on the back, anyway, it's the Town of Woolwich Maine, right?
What? But that is the return of warrant. You don't, you sign here. No,
Okay,
this is,
that-
don't
they
touch the
sign
back.
that on the back.
Don't touch the back.
All right, I just want to make
Don't
sure,
touch the back.
okay. All right. Okay, we have a contract agreement between the Marisons and the town for the PFAS in their water supply.
So we have to maintain their filtration system like we did with 3 of the other.
Right.
Is this one of the 50% reimbursement or the?
Yes, it's a 50%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this only needs one signature, so a motion to allow me to sign this.
So moved.
Second?
Those in favor?
Do we already have the cost, Kim?
No, we do not. Colligan was supposed to go in and we have to pay like a $2,500 deposit.
Yep.
And then once Colligan, puts the filtration system in, then I'll get that. And then we'll get reimbursed 50% back.
So how does that work? Do Marisons send us a bill and we pay, or
No,
how does it
so
work?
since we started doing this back in 2021, it is up to the homeowners to, purchase
Right.
maintain the filtration system and
Okay.
whatever, supplies they need. To this date, we have never reimbursed anybody.
Really?
Yeah, and when I spoke with the Marisons, they had reached out to Will Young, who's from Culligan, and he has informed them that, it's something that lasts 5 years or better.
Oh,
So it's something that's not a
Okay.
high maintenance unit.
okay.
So,
And so whenever we do have to pay something, it comes out of the money we set aside for
Yes.
the,
Landfill
okay,
Yeah.
closure, right?
yeah,
No
Okay.
landfill.
so I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head how much we paid 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Seemed like we had 2 or 3 90/10s and some 50.
Yeah, and then there were a couple that we got reimbursed 90% and
Right.
then 150%.
and that's from the state?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we'll pay for it in full and then we'll all submit for the reimbursement from the
Okay.
state, from DEP.
Okay.
Okay. Copy or agree?
Yes, so, Kevin from Transco, so our copy or lease that we have right now, it does not expire until August of '26. So we currently pay for 2 copiers, the one that's down in the back room and then the one that's in the middle that prints our motor vehicle. So right now we pay 2 separate contracts. The current cost for both of those is $347 a month. Because of tariffs and things that are going on, once our contract expires in August, he can't guarantee that the prices will be the same if we have to do a new lease agreement. So he has given us the same price of $347 a month, and with this new printer. So it's up to you guys if you want to do it or not.
How long is
For how
this
long?
contract good for?
It's good for 5 years.
I think we should do it.
I think we should do
If
it.
you-
So if you look at it, so this is the trade of current machine towards new lease of a new one. The Q4 promotion, normal retail is $419 a month, we're paying $347. So for that 5 year, we're saving $4,500.
Okay.
So,
And we're good with the rest of it, the toner and the.
yep,
all
everything's
other
fine,
stuff?
he's
Yeah.
increased our color copies.
Okay,
So it's all, before we used to only get 500 for the color copies, and now it's 750, and we always went over. So I think it's gonna save us some money, so.
yeah, if most of you recall, we did this multiple times when remember that, there was always a,
Yeah, I
Keep it
mean,
going.
I asked Kevin, I said, our contract doesn't
You pay
expire.
for the mileage, right?
Yeah, our contract doesn't expire until August of 26, and he goes, I can't guarantee.
yeah.
He goes, prices are going up constantly, so,
But if it changes
We
and
can
goes the
offer
other
this.
way, I doubt if we'll
yeah, I
get it.
doubt, it's what, 10 months or whatever,
But
so.
Actually,
Well-
dealing with
There's
this
not
for
really
5
ways
years
to
sounds
sign
kind of
for it,
nice,
but
not having
you
to
wanna
deal with
look
it.
at it.
Well, it does, and I guess I would defer to Kim, like, if you feel like the service and the work, I mean, the copy, you don't have any troubles, everything works fine. We used to have years ago, many different
Yeah,
problems,
yeah.
so you're happy?
No, everything can go online, so I can go in, and yeah, all the toners and everything are automatic, so I'm happy with it. And it's the same price, so
Yeah.
you can't beat that.
I think it would make sense for us to lock in the extra
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
motion,
So moved.
Second?
okay, those in favor? Right. So go ahead and extend that.
Okay?
Okay, that takes care of everything down here. Now we're gonna jump back up to selectmen's comments. Tom?
Okay, the most recent newsletter went out today. It was 2 weeks late, but it finally went out. The climate resilience workshop next Thursday at 6 at the school is, we're trying to get as many people as possible there, and hopefully the fish commissioners will come after our little meeting today. And thank you to the fire and EMS departments for a good open house yesterday. It's pretty well attended. That's it.
Allison?
Yes, I was gonna say thanks to the fire EMS for a great, evening. The other thing is, I went to the one day of the MMA work, conference, and, yeah, Woolwich was well represented, there were 3 of us there. And other than, I sat in on a housing meeting, none of the stuff applies to us, except that, because it requires, all the stuff is with bigger towns, but I do think we are gonna have to start paying attention to some of the new statutes that got passed in the legislature. I also went to a county municipal meeting that I thought was gonna talk about like some of the issues that we have with the payment, and it was more about regional services and that kind of thing. But the other thing I wanted to hand out is Maine's EPR for packaging that passed a number of years ago is now going to start being implemented. This is something that manufacturers of packaging will now have to pay into a fund, and towns that pay to have their packaging recycled will be eligible for reimbursement. Maine seems to be on top of it, so we'll be collecting data from them. We won't get reimbursed until 2027, but they're all gearing up for that. If you take a look at this, if there's other questions that you have, Natural Resources Council of Maine has been doing webinars with towns. They'll actually come in if we have specific questions, but I think it's pretty straightforward, especially since we have Maine and we already do a lot of the reporting. So anyway, I thought it was timely to bring this out. That's it.
Okay.
Is Sean going to bring up the right Route 1 problem, or should we
I
talk
will
about?
absolutely bring that problem up.
Okay, I'll.
But feel free to go ahead and do it
No, I'll
again.
defer to him. I'm sure it's gonna be a topic, so I'll leave it alone. So, I'm good.
Okay.
Just a couple quick things. So Sean reached out last Friday and he was en route or out of town and we had a problem with the door and I just think should recognize Andy and Frank for getting that fixed. Also Lonnie for doing the stuff down in the
Yep.
shower work. I saw him today. And also, I do this once a year or so, Phil.
Yes.
I think it's, we want to thank you for your coverage of the town and the meetings, and even if you don't make it, you seem to.
Yeah, I know.
You seem to get all the information you put in the paper.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
Magic 8 Ball.
The town is lucky to have you covering us.
Oh, thank you.
We don't get a whole lot of news coverage, but anyway, that's it.
And this is actually like journalism
Yes.
week or something.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
You knew that.
No, I didn't.
I have nothing other than to say that I thought our fire and EMS did a great job with that accident the other night. I commend you more than that. All right, public comments. Now's the time to talk about anything that's not on the agenda. If it's on the agenda, please wait for it to come up. Debbie.
So Tuesday, November 11th is Veterans Day. Our annual recognition service will be at the Meeting House at 11 o'clock on that Tuesday.
Right across the street.
Across the street. And the speaker is from Honor Flight Maine. So that if you know anybody who's even wondering about whether they should go, could go, what it all involves, this is a great time to be there and talk with the people that lead it. And hopefully Bob Mead and others who have been on it will be there and can also share their experiences.
I could also invite John Hentz from Georgetown,
Good.
who's been shepherding those folks down.
Yep.
Okay, great. And we just put it in the little newsletter.
Yes,
that
good
went out.
job. I saw it.
Town administrator's report.
All right, do you want me to talk about the sailboat, or has that already been discussed with
No, I
everybody?
would-
Go ahead.
Okay, so, apparently there's a sailboat that's in the mud flats off of Montsway. And Allison brought it up today. I don't know if somebody reached out to you in regards to it.
Walter Briggs reached out to me.
Well, and then lo and behold, I got a phone call from the Maine Marine Patrol. And it belonged to a gentleman who lived in Edgecombe. He passed away. His wife wanted nothing to do with it. So she forfeited it to the town of Edgecombe. The town has an agreement apparently that takes possession of the boat. I talked to Dave about it. Dave's very well aware of this sailboat. So per Ben White from Maine Marine, they had squatters living on the boat per the harbor master. Not sure if the squatters unanchored it or not, or how it ended up in Woolwich, but it has now anchored itself in the mud flaps.
I think I've seen it. I think it's actually
Yes.
between Woolwich and Wisconsin.
Yeah, so I will reach out, or I don't know if David wants to reach out to the town of
You can
Edgecombe
reach out.
and tell them
Yeah.
to pick up their boat, because it does belong to them.
Right. The boat ended up on its side in a cove in Edgecombe at one time. And the fellow that had possession of the boat at that time happened to be in jail at the time. So the town of Edgecombe, in order to try to sell it or dispose of it, they took title to the boat. And so it's their boat. So
I
as far as
love
I'm
that.
concerned, let's call them up and say, come get your boat.
David Burke, who is the co-trustee with Albert Moore, reached out to me yesterday, and he will be in town, and will drop off the paperwork that I sent to him for the conveyance agreement and the release deed, so that should be all taken care of by the end of next week. So we can get that completed.
That'll be great.
Yes. Matt Bryce from Burgess reached out to me, so we have like 4 or 5 computers that are way outdated. So he sent me a estimate just to update 2 of the computers, which would be mine and the town clerk's. Mine, I think, has been there since 2017, so she's a little outdated. But the total is $2,067.90. We have $2,000 in the computer replacement account, and I'm sure we can come up with $67.90. So if that can be approved, so I can replace the outdated computers.
I would think we could take the $67 out of our contingency.
Well, I have
Or office operations.
Office operations.
I carried forward 2,000 from office operations, so we can, we'll have plenty.
All right, so we got the money to cover it?
Yes,
Yeah, so moved.
Second,
Second.
yeah.
those in favor?
All right, and one last thing that I wanted to bring up is the Larkin property. That Brian Johnson contacted the town yesterday, and apparently the woman we thought owned it is not the owner, because she could not confirm that she was married to the son at the time of Paul Larkin's passing. So
which
there's
property?
This is one of the town foreclosed properties.
Next Meadow Road.
The one we have. And the abutter would like to purchase it. So he had an attorney reach out and has been investigating. So there is a grandson there's two grandsons apparently, and they just turned 18. So their father passed away, because that was the original person representative of the property. So this is now going, once it goes through probate, they already have the agreement to sell it to Mr. Johnson. They already have an amount that they've agreed to. So probably within the next couple of months, that property will be purchased by Brian Johnson and will be no longer a tax-acquired property.
That's
and
great.
we will have 0 tax-acquired properties in the town.
That's the neatest
Zero.
complete, because of the way, so everybody knows, because of the way that we have to dispose of property now, it's really difficult, because if we take a house, and let's just use round numbers, there's $1,000 worth of taxes due on it, and we sell it for $10,000, we have to give the $9,000 less whatever it costs us for staff time to the people that didn't pay the taxes. Well, in this case, everybody involved is deceased. So the simplest way out of this one is to, is to just let, we got the neighbor in touch with the people that we thought were the heirs. Turns out they're not the heirs, but he's done the research. He's gonna buy the property, no muss, no fuss, doesn't cost the town anything, we'll get our tax money, and it works out for everybody. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Road Commissioner, Jack.
I don't have a lot, we lost our paving window. I talked to Allstate the other day, he's getting too cold. So we're gonna have to bump it ahead till spring, which is probably good as it gets. And, still from there. I was not happy with him, I said it was, he took on more work than to do, and, he said, well, something happened to the plant, they couldn't get asphalt for 3 weeks, and the same dog and pony show, everybody's just too busy, they just take on more they can do, and so on. So we'll just wait till spring, and
Is he gonna honor the same price per ton, or?
he said that he was gonna check and see if they would. And I would certainly would expect them to. But we'll see, like a time right now, we'll look it over. There's not many to pick from. The trouble is, I went out all over creation, and there's not many to pick from that want to do it, or will do it, or that I want to do it. And,
In the scheme of things, what we spend on hot top every year is not a huge amount compared to what they can make.
no, obviously, they have state contracts in the millions. So, $300,000 in the town of Woolwich is, it's feed money, but we'll get through it, we'll make it work.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know of anything, you ever think, Kim?
Do not.
They did the crossing on Meadow Road this morning for Fidium. They were across the road, I was there this morning, and I threatened to kill the guy, but he didn't do it right, and it came out well. That's good.
Actually, I did hear from Jane Pratt from the RSU. I forwarded it to Tammy, so the Wednesday late day bus arrivals, the flashing signs aren't coordinating with the time,
Oh, yeah?
so.
That got all resolved though.
Did it?
They're working, I know.
Well,
Sounds right.
That was a weird setup because the facilities at the RSU were the ones that programmed their sign. So they misunderstood their own, so they reached out to their own.
Okay.
So they took
So
care
it's
of it.
all been
It's all been
resolved. Okay,
resolved.
perfect.
Yeah. According to them.
Okay, anybody on the board have any questions for Jack? If none, we'll move on. Codes officer, Mike's not here tonight, but he left me a report. 9 building permits, 3 principal dwellings, George Wright, Meadow Road, and Reeves Lane, 1 improved principal, 2 accessory structures, shed and a garage, 2 solar ground and roof, and 1 improved wireless tower on the Mountain Road. 7 plumbing permits, 4 internal, 3 septics, 1 sign permit for the Woolwich Wiscasset Baptist Church, 1 home occupation hold around Rousham Road Pottery, had a complaint about tree cutting and setback issues on Stony Creek.
So the Reeves Lane one, Jack, would be the one to reach out to.
My only concern about the house lot is nothing to do with the house lot.
I know,
It's just somebody
Yeah,
having put
yeah.
on the road.
yeah. But I mean, if you need to reach out to that guy, yeah, okay.
EMS, Danny.
So we've responded to 15 calls so far this month, with 19 patients, and 9 were transported by us. MC1 was called 4 times, and for the call the other day, Life Flight Path and Wiscasset were called. And I do want to publicly thank them for their response. I know a lot of fire departments also came. Sean probably has that list, but when we don't have enough trucks and we don't have enough people, it's really nice to have them there. So, also, Rescue 2 sprang a fuel leak yesterday. Not sure why it's in the shop. We're waiting findings to see. It was just suddenly leaking on the floor, so possibly a fitting or a hose. And I'm awaiting the findings and an estimate for repairs. So we're currently down to 1 ambulance. So until that's fixed. And that's it.
Thank you. Sean.
7 calls so far this month. Most of those have been accidents, unfortunately. A lot of that, and I've already chatted with Allison about that, but I'm not a big fan of the snow center line on Route 1.
Rumble strip.
No rumble strip.
Yeah, we did, I just wanted to, David, you'd called me on Monday. I reached out using my, whatever authority my legislative email comes out to reach out to Bob Skin again. I'm also thinking of reaching out tomorrow to the governor's office, so.
Okay, I would.
Yep. If for whatever, it's,
I'm gonna have county EMA see if they can, do anything on their aspect.
That would be great. Just
Sheriff
more-
Mary's already
Yeah,
working on
yeah.
a letter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I'm concerned with over the winter, if
Yeah.
we don't have that rumble strip back,
Yeah.
how many unfortunate critical actions we're gonna deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, how long has it been since we have new pavement, and we've already had 3 critical accidents on that stretch of pavement?
What,
So-
I don't know, maybe you or Jack knows, like, are they right about this whole curing thing process?
So if you guys recall, it was, I think my dad was real, in the beginning of all this, years ago, they did this piece of road, it's the first stretch, one of the first in the state of Maine.
Right.
So they hired a small company, they did it was out of Topsom, right, Pine State? And then now they've gone to this large company that comes and does miles and miles of road all at once, and it's more efficient and beneficial for the state. I'm surprised at knowing that the job was getting done, that they didn't line
It
that
should
up.
have been tied in with the paving.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it was very poor planning.
So when he told me, and he told you, I'm sure, is, the contractor, this was nothing to do with the paving contract, it's handled by the state, which is what you're alluding to. It seems like that, they handle the striping, they handle everything else, why wouldn't they get the rumble strip back?
Yeah.
So I don't know about the curing thing, I'm not buying all that, I don't think you
Okay.
guys.
I honestly can't believe the only one that does the rumble strip is in North Carolina.
I know.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Okay, that just don't add
Yeah,
up.
Sean and I were talking about that
I don't believe
yesterday.
that.
No, and if that's the case, have them come back.
Yeah.
Let's face it, New York has rumble strips.
Yeah.
Vermont
Yeah.
does, Massachusetts does. I can't believe that there isn't
Right.
A
company
company.
on this side of the Mason-Dixon
Yeah.
line that doesn't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's gotta be somebody on this side of the
Yeah.
Mason-Dixon line that
Yeah.
does rumble strips.
Yeah.
Okay, but that road was a killing field before we got the rumble strip.
Well, and the guy that we wrote the letters to is the guy who's quoted in the most recent article in the Portland Press Herald about how safe they are and how data proves it and how effective they are.
That's right.
So, the sooner we can get it back, the better off we're gonna be.
And if, this is just an idea, but if we need to, maybe the media needs to get involved. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe some.
Phil, are you hearing
Maybe
this?
some media attention, like
Journalism Week and all
Yeah.
that
push the
good stuff.
DOT a little bit higher.
Yeah. Yeah, are you paying attention, Phil?
They need a television crew.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go big, yeah.
Hey, he's the one who got the tunnel, the
Yeah.
whole tunnel thing done
Yeah.
for us.
Anyway, I'd like to thank, Denny said, everybody did a great job the other night, specifically the fire departments of Rouseck, West Bath, Wiscasset, Edgecombe and ours, really were instrumental in getting through the evening of events. We had a great success last night for open house. Great turnout, great food, everything. It was very, very successful. Nothing but praise from the townsfolk and all the kiddos. So.
Did it really pour rain at like
The
8
last
o'clock?
10, 15 minutes.
Deb, even at work to me,
We-
it was like, you gotta be kidding
We
me.
turned around and the skies just opened up.
Yeah,
So I had planned on it just in case. So I got one of the easy ups from Phil and just in case. So we had NASCAR pit crew up in 30 seconds. We had that thing up.
She praised that.
So yeah, it was couldn't have been better than that. So I do have a quote that I need approved for it's long. I know it's not going to make any sense. It's numbers and letters and things. So it's a fitting that goes on engine 3. It was found that it failed last year when engine 3 had its main pump issues. It's called a Jackery valve. For that engine to be NFPA and Bureau of Labor standard compliant, it needs to have that valve replaced.
2,205.50.
Yeah, it's a valve that they just order and we just screw it on. It just screws on the truck and.
So no installation, it's just.
Yeah, no installation. It's just the valve itself. The other 2 engines downstairs have that valve. So what I'll do is the new valve will go on the truck that's here, and one of the trucks here that has a 10-year-old valve will go up to the North Station.
I love this part of it. Due to tariffs,
Oh yeah.
this valve is
Yeah.
the most cost efficient
I think
of what
that's
we can offer. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah. I have that in the new equipment fund. Yeah, I have that.
What is it? It's 2,000, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2,000.
2,205.50.
Yeah.
So is motion to
I would,
okay this?
I move that we authorize
Second.
the expenditure.
Second.
Okay, those in favor? It's just all initially.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. And that
Okay,
is
is that it?
that's all I have. I am going to check in with Dale Reno probably next week. I've given him a few weeks. He said he was going to get some things together. It's cooling off, so I'm just going to follow up. We'll see what that means with him for the North Station. I do have one other thing for the North Station. So I've chatted with Tommy about this, and we've got to do something about the North Station cell phone service. I've asked about Wi-Fi possibility. It sounds like that's fairly expensive. The problem we're having, so we're staffed, that station has 2 trucks up there, so we're up there at least once a month, if not more often than that, for calls. There's no cell phone service up there. So the guys are getting frustrated when they're doing truck checks, and I can't connect my phone to the system because you lose the signal. So
It's
then
just
you
the
have to
thing where you have to
then you have
start.
to restart
You have
all
to
over.
start
again.
all over when.
It's making a 30-minute task turn into an hour and a half. It was 90 minutes to do that. So I'd like to either, if we can't do Wi-Fi, a cell phone booster for the building, I think is around $500. I think that would probably take care of the problem. I'd like to see if the town would, take care of getting that for us.
Well, if you got internet service, it would be, probably be like
Right.
700 a year to 700 to 1,000.
Right.
For
Right, but the booster's a one-time expense.
Yeah.
Boosters a one-time expense,
Yeah.
yeah. So if that'll do the job, then.
I think that's,
Any donation money out there?
I have,
I'm not asking
Yeah,
you,
what
but
about the
your budget
association
is.
made some money last night?
yeah, wait, I don't know if that was general.
Hey, I contributed to that last night.
Yeah.
Can you cover the $500 of your budget?
I'm asking if you guys can take care of that for the
All
building.
right, so do you know that it's $500 or do you have any?
I've looked at them, they're anywhere from 3, 4, 5, I mean, I think the home mounted one or whatever with the antenna that goes on the side of the building is probably right around 5 to 550.
Do you
I
want
should
to
send Kim a link or something.
do you want to see, so you think you have some money towards it? I mean,
I think I heard what he said.
No, not budget money, I didn't know if you had any donation money.
I don't know, I can't, that's not up to me to decide, that's up to the association to decide.
All of that goes to the.
That's the association money, so,
Okay.
we had sweets, we had, t-shirts and all that kind of stuff, so.
No other sales pending? Bottles? Oh, no, any more town equipment in it? All right.
That reminds, is that all finished, getting rid of the compressor, or selling the
No,
compressor?
everything's really working.
No,
I know
we
you
still-
sold part of it.
Yeah, we still have the other two pieces.
Do we
that
know
got
if it'll
sold.
work up
Yeah.
there?
Yeah,
Well,
sold.
that's the thing, I mean,
Do we know if it'll work up there? One of those boosters?
I hope it does.
Well,
That's the problem. How do we know until that's the problem.
I'd hate to spend $500 and find out the thing doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean, it can be returned if it doesn't work, but I've had one in my vehicle before, and they work phenomenal. I know somebody lives on the north end of town that has a cell phone booster, and it makes his whole area better, like outside of his house and everything.
Really?
So, oh yeah, they work. They definitely work. But Dale knows that we have no service up there. I can barely carry on a conversation, and it's more. You could probably call somebody, but you need it to be able to do things. You need to be able to load stuff.
You're only going monthly anyway, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're between $200 and $600.
If it's a one-time
Yeah.
cost or is it $700 a year, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough about that stuff.
No, it's a one-time cost.
No,
Yeah.
right. That's what you were saying about the effectiveness
Yeah.
of it, and I don't know enough about. Well.
So if we get one, who puts it up?
Well, we'll take care of that. We'll put it up. Yeah, we'll put it up. We can. It's just a small antenna that goes on a high point or whatever, and you have to aim it, whatever. But
So,
yeah, we
Sean,
can do that.
personally, I would say it's under $1,000, and you'd use your own money, and then we would just do what we always do later in the year. We'll see where you're at. In other words, what I mean is, it's an expense under $1,000. Doesn't think our approval? And I would think.
I just thought where it was a building-related thing that the town would pay for. So.
Well, what is that?
I think that's a stretch.
I know, that could be a stretch, but
No. Buy it out of your budget.
well, I just meant that we always have.
Oh, I understand.
We've always come to good agreements in the springtime.
I understand.
Might get some donations.
Right.
All right, we have a couple more things.
All right.
Couple more things. So,
We should be trying it now.
yep, Ruth Hendricks, she asked for a letter of support.
Yes, talked to Ruth today, and she would like to know if the board would support this. They're pursuing more grant funding. She wrote she's given it to Kim. Kim got it already. And
There's only 2 places for you and.
yeah, I didn't tell her that. I just told her we had a meeting tonight. It would be a great time to do it. She also, on a good note, she thinks that the fence, the signage, all this stuff that has been agreed upon, that they will be able to cover.
Great.
Motion to allow Jason and I to sign this letter.
So move.
Sure.
Second.
Those in favor?
What's it for?
It's to apply for more grant funding for.
For our project?
Enhanced tidal crossing and tidal wetland restoration and resilient work in the Kennebec estuary region.
Yeah.
And that whole category of grants might be something that could help them.
I mean, the only. My personal opinion is we would never have done anything with all this stuff, and I don't. They always seem to. I don't know. They always seem to find things.
That's good.
Well,
sorry.
and
I'm just
if you
overreading.
look at the amount of grant,
What's that? Yeah.
grant
I'm so
money
tired of
that
the
they've
word
already
resilience.
found us.
I mean,
Okay, Board of Assessors. And for those in the audience to know, Allison cannot be an assessor because she's a state rep. So only 4 of us are gonna vote on these. We have several,
Well,
That's several.
abatements
abatements and supplementals. Yeah.
and supplementals. So, you wanna take them individually, or you wanna take them as a group?
As a group.
Okay, motion to sign these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor? Okay. I'll start signing and passing.
And these are obviously on the recommendation of our assessing.
Right.
Yeah.
These are
And so
all
what
ones
the next,
that,
the next steps are what on these? And you set up an abatement, just so everybody else knows.
So then the tax collector gets a copy of them, and so does the assessor, just so she can keep it for her records. And then Candace goes in and creates the abatement and takes that off of valuation, and it reduces their taxes.
Okay,
So a lot of people that have paid their taxes already will see it come off their second half.
okay.
It'll just take it off the top of what they owe. But there were things that the previous assessor accidentally removed a homestead that 2 people were on, and 1 person passed away, but the other person still lives there, so she still has a homestead. A veteran's exemption was removed because he added his daughter onto the property. That shouldn't have removed the
Okay.
homestead.
Are these things that we're fixing from the previous? Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Sean, EMA can't help you with that booster?
We don't house their stuff anymore. I kicked them out, remember?
I guess my
Leo was
thinking-
back rent.
My thinking was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could buy it, try it, and then report back,
Yeah.
and say it works or it doesn't. If it doesn't, just send it back, right? So we could start with a,
And I'll submit for reimbursement.
Danny? Gonna be
I'm gonna
in?
start doing this.
Yeah, watch and learn. I'm on Route 1 and I don't need to do it anymore.
If you do the boot thing on Middle Road,
Yeah.
the only trouble is you might be there for accidents.
What did they tell you when the painting lines?
I literally, I can hear all these messages. I am so frustrated with DOT all the time. They tell you one thing,
They
they
still
change.
haven't paved, they still haven't
No.
striped it?
No, and so he said, as you know, way back, it was 3 to 4 weeks, which was 5 weeks ago. Reached out last week, and he said within 2 weeks, and it's like, well, it's gonna get cold, and then
Yeah,
the
then we're not
paint,
gonna have lines.
right,
Yeah.
right, or it'll be on people's tires all around town.
Yeah.
It's frustrating when we try to pass on accurate information.
I might have my contact at the governor's office reach out to you.
By all means.
Okay.
I'd be happy
Okay.
to.
Is this the last thing we have?
that's the last
All right,
one.
so one final thing, David, we talked about meeting with department heads and the select board about Route 1 brainstorming for the
Yeah, yeah,
For the,
the safety audit.
safety audit, and
So when do you wanna do it?
1 week from tonight, can you guys come? Wednesday's good,
Yep.
5 o'clock?
That's the 22nd?
I'm just asking questions, it seems like Wednesdays are, I know I'm pretty sure the road commissioner can make it, and, you know, we really need to, but we need to.
Oh,
get-
I wanna move on this.
Yeah, we need to get on this, and so,
What's this for?
well, so we.
Just to sort of, oh, go
We
ahead.
don't have a
Safety-
safety audit.
safety audit of
done,
Route 1.
And they wanna know what our concerns are.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
we'd
yeah,
like to
yeah.
meet, and, for example, I'd like to see them, personally, I'd like to see them put a traffic light down by the flea market. I mean, they're gonna put one, they're gonna
Put one at
the,
Norm's.
They're gonna put one at the Shaw's store next year, and they're gonna put one at Route 144. If you've ever sat there with your left-hand directional on, it's okay. When I'm going north, I slow down far enough away that I get everybody going 30 miles an hour behind me, because I figure I'll survive it if they hit my Jeep at 30 miles an hour. And when you're sitting there, there's no traffic behind you, and all of a sudden a car comes over that hump, and he's doing 65, you don't know if he's gonna go around you or through you. So I'd like to see a traffic light there.
So yeah, there's all kind. My dad and I, we talk all the time. There's all kinds of brainstorming ideas, right? David's right. You know, if we're looking out 5-10 years, there's a lot of things. You know, the intersection at Montessori needs to be elevated. Maybe you're right. We need turn lanes at different
Maybe
intersections.
turning lanes.
We need
yeah.
wider
Yeah.
fog lines. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I just got home from Washington last night, right? And the state is crazy in the dark. You know, we need like wider
Back.
white lines. Oh.
Oh,
Well, all that. Anyway, so think about some things, suggestions. They seem like they want us to have a bunch of inputs.
Are they interviewing like the sheriff's office too? Is that?
Well,
they,
We wanted to talk amongst ourselves, and then we'll involve the sheriff's office,
with a big meeting with them.
and, you know, anybody, we might even have a public meeting on it, you know, to see what people think. But I just think that this is something we should jump on, especially with the rumble strip system and everything, you know. It's nothing that will get done for a couple of years, but years ago, they always told us that they could not put traffic lights on Route 1, period, okay? Well, they've gotten them everywhere now, so we might as well get in on it.
or rotary.
I don't wanna see a traffic light at every
Yeah.
intersection, but that one at the flea market has caused a lot of accidents over the years and everything, so I would like to see what that.
Other states-
That's my,
yeah,
self
other
personally,
states-
whether the state agrees with that or not, who knows?
Well, and actually, the last safety audit that we did resulted in the light out here.
Other states do recess reflectorized, you know, states that
Yeah.
plow snow, and the things have got to change with these kinds of problems. I mean, the cost is being, well,
The last safety audit,
In-
just as an aside, the last safety audit we had done said that the end of George Wright Road should be moved up to the top of the hill. But that didn't work out.
All right, so one final note.
What time-
Do we want to research, real quickly, do we want to research, in light of all this Route 1 stuff, we did put some streetlights at major intersections.
Yep.
Do we want to research a cost, because we've been able to come in under our budgeting with LED lights of like the Shaw Road, the north end of Shaw Road, south end of Weston Road. I mean, I'm not trying to spend money.
Yeah.
But we have one at Montswig now, we have one at Sanders, right? We have one at this end of Shaw Road, that end of George Wright, out here. I mean,
Corner of Weston Road.
I thought we put one in the Shore Road.
we did on this end.
Yeah.
But there seems to be all kinds of trouble at the
There's
other end.
nothing, is there anything about the north end of the Weston Road about a church? Or a picture?
There's a church one, but it's not, no, there's
That's
not.
pretty.
Nothing up on the hill now.
I mean,
No,
I'm
we kind
not,
of rely on the church
I
lights.
mean, when you drive through here at
Yeah.
midnight at night, you see all the things that
Yeah.
you don't notice all the time.
So
Yeah.
what time next week, and what time can you guys?
What time do you want to
Can you do 4:35?
5.
Okay,
Let's do
All right.
5.
You do? Wednesday, week from
For
tonight?
now.
Tommy, you all right?
Yep.
Week from tonight?
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
okay. All right, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right.